TV23's Internet provided by SWKO Wireless Internet. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette, this is High Plains Today.
And hi, everybody. It is Tuesday, October 6th of 2015. Welcome to High Plains Today on TV23. On today's show, we'll be joined by Kay Bertzloff. She's here to talk about the Chuck Wagon Chowdown. That's a fundraiser coming up for little Levi Foreman. He is in Denver right now undergoing treatment for a rare type of brain cancer. Now, let's take a look at some of the news. Yesterday at approximately 3 p.m., the Kenneth Henderson Middle School administration was notified by an elementary school principal that Kenneth Henderson Middle School student was likely in possession of a weapon. The building was locked down and the Garden City Police Department was notified. Now, law enforcement made contact with the student in question and found him to be in possession of a pellet gun. The student was taken into custody without incident and safely removed from the school. Now, the school was in lockdown mode for about 30 to 40 minutes. The Dodge City Meadowlark House, a nonprofit organization that provides services to abused and neglected children, recently received a grant from Governor Sam Brownback. The grant was awarded as part of the 2016 Children Advocacy Center's grant program. The grant will go towards position costs as well as for utilities and gas for the location. The grant totals almost $37,000. The governor's grant program was able to award a total of $1 million to programs throughout the state of Kansas. The Meadowlark House sees approximately 70 to 75 children a year. Now, they are usually children of alleged sexual abuse from a relative or person that the child does not live with. Well, lobbyists have spent more than $500,000 treating Kansas lawmakers to dinner, drinks, KU basketball games, and other entertainment since January. During the longest legislative session in the state's history, lawmakers faced pressure from lobbyists representing a host of industries as they struggled to craft a tax plan that could fix a budget deficit. Now, the 114-day session was filled with fiery rhetoric, late nights, rejected bills, and lots of free food. Kansas law prohibits lobbyists from making campaign donations during the season and limits them to spending $100 on a gift for a lawmaker. But unlike some other states, Kansas has no limit on the amount of food and drink a lobbyist can buy a lawmaker. Representative Marvin Klebe, a Republican from Overland Park, who chairs the House Taxation Committee and had the job of shepherding a tax bill, received the most from lobbyists, $4,225 in meals and gifts. And that was just through August. The bulk of that, $3,960, was for food and beverage. That's a lot of food and beverage. A national credit rating firm reported Friday adoption in Kansas of a block grant system for financing public schools to be a negative development worthy of scrutiny by investors. Moody's Investor Service in New York theorized repeal by the 2015 legislature and Governor Sam Brownback of the state's traditional funding mechanism for K-12 schools could disadvantage growing districts because state financing wouldn't completely take into account expansion of student enrollment. Expenditure flexibility granted districts by state lawmakers may not be sufficient to offset much of the financial impact in a growing district growing more than 2%. Now, that's according to Moody's. State government in Kansas has grappled with persistent revenue problems following imposition of sweeping income taxes in 2012 and 13. Kansas Congressman Tim Huelskamp says the next U.S. House Speaker faces rebuilding the trust of his fellow conservatives. Huelskamp said Friday in an interview that he hasn't yet endorsed a candidate to replace outgoing Speaker John Boehner this month. Now, Huelskamp, a Tea Party favorite, has clashed with House GOP leaders. Boehner, late in 2012, stripped Huelskamp of seats on the House Budget and Agriculture committees. Until then, Kansas had nearly automatic seat on the Ag Committee for decades. Now, Huelskamp remained critical of the leading Speaker candidate and Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy. Huelskamp says he needs to see proof that a potential Speaker will work with conservatives. And finally, the Lee Richardson Zoo is inviting the public to party with the elephants. Missy and Kimba from noon to 4 p.m. on Saturday before they head out for Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs later this month to join 4 other elephants. Now on Saturday, guests can make crafts, sign an elephant-sized card that will travel with the girls and enjoy light refreshments. Guests can also learn about the elephant situation in the wild. And that's a look at just some of the stuff that's happening out there. Stick around. I'll be back with a look at your weather right after this.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV 23 with host Chris Jewell. TV 23's internet service and 4G live streaming provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. On every screen in your life. We are broadcasters. Always here for you, wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 110 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 600% increase in the last 20 years. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
And welcome back. We're looking off to the northeast on the TV 23 tower cam. There is a few clouds that have started to roll in, but we're not really expecting any rain today. Let's take a look at the readings here at the station. 66 degrees, relative humidity 73%. Winds are out of the south at 13. Barometric pressure holding just steady right through there. Taking a look at the temperatures around the region, everybody except Lamar, they're into at 52 out there, but there's kind of there's a thing coming this way, a lull, a wind shift out there. Everybody else in the 60s and 70s around the area. Looking at our dew points, pretty much, well, everybody in the region in the 50s. Looking at the winds now, you can see where that is right out here. Winds are out of the north and west, northwest. Try and fix my teeth. North in Lamar, west, northwest in Elkhart. Everybody else is pretty much out of the south. Looking at the highs and lows as recorded at the Garden City Regional Airport yesterday. 74 was a recorded high, 95 back in 07. Last night's low, 52. 26 the low back in 1991. Nothing measurable in the bucket. Looking at our high forecast today, 79. Winds are going to be out of the south at 13. Partly cloudy overnight. There is a 20% chance of rain after midnight into tomorrow morning. 56 degrees for the low. Winds are still going to stay out of the southeast. 30% chance of rain. Now that's going to roll in here tomorrow afternoon. So if you're at the 3 Eyes Show getting ready, setting up, you may get a little rain. 79 the high. And then tomorrow night there is a 10% chance after midnight. 57 for the low. Winds are still going to be out of the south at 11. As we look at the 7-day, you can see those chances of rain during the 3 Eyes Show. By the way, we're going to be broadcasting live from the 3 Eyes Show on Thursday and Friday. Looking into next weekend, the weekend, you can see summer-like temperatures are going to roll back in here starting on Saturday. Lows are going to be pretty consistent in the 50s. That's a look at the weather. We'll be back with markets after this.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/sign.
And welcome back. I think I got my mouth fixed. I'm now joined by Kay Bertzloff. She is with the Chuck Wagon Chow Down. How are you today?
I am doing great.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
If I could say Chuck Wagon Chow Down, I think I got my problem fixed.
I think you're doing great.
I was stumbling through the weather there. I was having a problem. All right, let's talk about the Chuck Wagon Chow Down. Now, this is a benefit that is going to be happening on Saturday, October 24th.
Yes.
At the Friends Church in Liberal. And this is a benefit for, or a fundraiser for Levi Foreman, correct?
Correct.
All right. Now, for everybody out there that doesn't know Levi, give us a little 101 on who Levi Foreman really is.
Well, I tell you, the thing that I like best that they've come up with is the slogan that they've got for Levi is "Cancer picked the wrong cowboy." He's a tough little 6-year-old boy who has a rare form of brain cancer. He had his tumor surgery November 5th of 2014, and he has been in chemo and radiation therapy ever since and has 10 to 12 more weeks to go.
Man, that is a long time to be in treatment.
That is a long time for a 6-year-old boy to be into treatment. But the doctors have said that they are just amazed at his resiliency. I mean, there's times when it knocks him down and he doesn't feel good and his blood count goes up and he throws up, but he just keeps coming back. He's one tough little boy, and it's tough on the family. They have a second home now. They were able to find an apartment just a couple of blocks away from the Children's Hospital in Denver.
That's right. He's in the Children's Hospital in Denver. And he's been there for, well, over a year.
Over a year now, or almost a year, November 5th. And they have subsequently his sister Abby, his older sister Abby, who's about 8 years old, has joined them up there. He has a younger sister, Mariah, who is 4 years old, and she's also kind of special needs herself. And then he's got a baby brother, Isaac, 18 months. So he's got the whole family around him. They decided that he did better when he had his siblings with him. And they've been there cheering him on and helping him out. And Sarah, of course, his mother is up there. His dad has to stay in Liberal. He's an attorney. Somebody's got to make some money.
Yes.
To kind of support everything. But one of the things that I think is remarkable is Sarah Foreman has told me that other families that are in the same situation she is are in awe of the support that they have received from the Liberal community. She says she thinks that they receive more support, fundraisers, gift packages than any other family up there.
Yeah, and Levi is a student at McDermott Elementary in Liberal, and I know McDermott is always talking about him and doing stuff for him also.
Yes, they have been wonderful. I think they even have a big picture of Levi up on the wall where kids can hug him. I know that they've planted a tree in his honor, but it's just one of those things. This is a hideously expensive protocol.
I was going to say, I mean, being up there, and of course, now Sarah has his older and younger sister, Abby and Mariah. They're both enrolled in school in Denver.
Right.
But they're about 2 blocks from the hospital, so she's able to go see Levi on a regular basis, etc.
Well, Levi's not always in the hospital.
That's true. He's living with them, but he goes there for treatment.
He goes there for treatment. Now, there's times when he's had to go into the hospital because of blood counts. But no, he's actually able to stay at home, which has been also, I think, tremendous for him.
That's got to be a big plus to be able to be around his brother, his siblings, and
everything. So when he was first up there, they actually kept the girls in Liberal in schools and everything. And but this year they decided, and I think a lot of his resiliency, I think a lot of the ways that he's able to bounce back is he's got his siblings there with him. He's got his own little support group
It can't hurt.
Okay. Cheerleaders.
So let's talk about the Chuck Wagon Chow Down that you guys are going to put on at that Friends Church there in Liberal. And I think we have a graphic. There it is, Saturday, October 24th, 6 p.m.
Right.
Friends Church, and there's a picture of Levi in his little cowboy hat.
Yep.
And you can also find him on. He's got a Facebook page.
He's got a Facebook page, Prayers for Levi.
Yeah. And you
so
can
if you
go
want to
there.
leave messages, he loves to get messages. He loves to get cards. You know, it's like anything else. He gets just thrilled when he knows people care about him.
Sure. Okay. But you guys are going to have this Chuck Wagon Chow Down. Now, how'd you come up with this idea?
Well, what does it take to get people to an event? Food and stuff. That's really what it comes down to. Food and stuff. And so, and I have to say, I have award-winning chili. It's won third place, but still award-winning.
That's an award. Third place is an award.
But no, we have, that's something that, I've had a little bit of experience in organizing fundraisers. So we've got chili. We're going to have hot and family-friendly chili. We've got turkey and noodles, good homemade noodles from the Senior Citizens Center. We've got ham and beans. Rufino's giving rolls. They're going to give us some spaghetti. We're getting desserts from a lot of different people, so there'll be homemade cinnamon rolls and pies and just all kinds of yummy stuff.
Wow, that's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food, and what I'll do is some of the food left over we might sell, and some of it I'll package up, freeze it, and send it
to Denver.
Send it to Denver.
There you
Give
go.
it to Nathan. He needs meals too while he's here by himself. So.
All right. So there's also going to be a live and a silent auction also,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
And the good old mayor, Joe DeNoyer, mayor of Liberal, he's going to auctioneer this event.
Yes, and Joe's actually been great he has a knack for getting people to send him autographed items. The man has a knack, let's face it.
Yeah, he's in the radio business. I mean, he always gets somebody to sign something and say, I need this.
Yeah. Well,
he's good at that.
One of the top items we've got, and this will be in the live auction, is we've got Garth Brooks, an autographed drum head in a nice shadow box. And Levi actually got to meet Garth Brooks when they were up. We've got pictures of Levi with Garth Brooks. That's now his #1 favorite.
Well, no doubt.
Yes, and so he sent us this it's a great shadow box. It's a wonderful item. Of course, Jared Neiman has always been really generous to situations like this. We have signed Jared Neiman items. They were telling me we've got a child bull riding vest and chaps that have been signed by Casey Hayes.
Okay, local bull rider that's done rather well from Liberal.
Yes. We've got Ed Ledoux, autographed items from him. Just all kinds of cool stuff. And then people have been amazingly generous. They have given us, we have handcrafted items, we have home decor items, we have a handmade quilt. We have all kinds of jewelry, all kinds of things for the silent auction.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I won't take more stuff.
Well, of course not. Of course not. Okay. So we've got the graphic back up there. So all this goes to benefit the Foreman family's medical expenses and living expenses in Denver because they're maintaining 2 households.
Yes.
So remember, Saturday, October 24th, 6 p.m., Friends Church, that is on Northwestern Avenue in Liberal. And if you want to, now go to the Facebook page and you can see Prayers for Levi. Look that up, and they can get a hold of you guys to donate and all kinds of stuff, right?
Right. They can drop things by the KSCB radio station.
Okay,
a lot of
right
stuff
there,
has been appearing there. They can also call. They can call me, 620-629-0203.
Okay.
They can call Joe DeNoyer. It's always good to have the cell phone number of the mayor. 620-391-1538.
Okay.
And then Lisa Anderson.
Lisa Anderson, yes.
Who has been tremendous. She's done more fundraisers, I think, for the Foremans than anybody. Can be reached at 620-309-9060.
Okay. And we're going to put all that on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel so they know where to get a hold of you. Okay.
Excellent.
Thanks for coming up today.
Oh, anytime.
This is a super deal you guys are doing.
Well, and one more quick thing. It's just a free will admission type thing.
That's right. You don't have to buy tickets. So if you want to show up, eat, spend some money, buy some stuff.
Excellent.
All right, Kay, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
You bet. And stick around to be back right after this. Hi, I'm Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs at noon weekdays right here on TV 23. Hey, do you think you have an idea for something that would make a great segment? Somebody that would make a great interview? What about a community event that needs highlighting? Let us know here at the station. Email us news@kdgltv.com.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. On every screen in your life. We are broadcasters. Always here for you, wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
It's not his new group of friends. It's not the video games. It's not the neighborhood.
Mom, do I have to go to school today?
The biggest threat to your child's future could be you. Every day they miss, even in middle school, puts their graduation at risk.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
And welcome back. Let's take a quick look at a couple of sports stories. The Seattle Seahawks beat the Detroit Lions last night in what turned out to be a controversial no call when Seattle's Cam Chancellor knocked the ball free from Detroit's Calvin Johnson at the 1-yard line, and it was then knocked through the back of the end zone by another Seattle player. The officials awarded the ball to Seattle when it really should have been given back to Detroit. Seattle held on to win the game 13-10. Hey, let's take a quick look at our weather before we get out of here. Temperature 66 degrees, relative humidity 73%. Winds are out of the south at 13. Barometric pressure is holding steady. Looking at the 7-day, there is a chance of rain that's going to sneak in here tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, but not real big chances. Going to the 3i show, you'll pretty much be dry. Summer-like temperatures sneaking back in at the beginning of next week. Other than that, it's going to be a good day. Go out and make it a Super Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Call your cable operator. Tell them you want to see TV 23. See ya.
Keep up to date with the latest information from TV 23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans.
These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids.
Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. But so is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.